Welcome back to Bravo Breaking News. I am your host, Kim, and it is time for another episode of Unpopular Opinions, my weekly show where I break down all of the top Bravo news and moments of the week, and of course, give my opinions on them all.
That's my opinion!
We've got a lot to cover this week, including a big announcement from Andy regarding his future on Bravo, some Traitors Season 4 casting news that I am so excited about. We've also got a potential new Bravo crossover couple that I need to get your thoughts on, as well as some drama surrounding the Real Housewives of Miami premiere and Love Island USA. There is so much to get into, but before I dive in, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any more Bravo breaking news. Okay, before I go any further, I am still on a high from the announcement that I just saw on Instagram. Now, I know this episode releases on Mondays. I record it on Sunday. So, Sunday afternoon, a preview of tonight's Love Island USA episode dropped on Instagram. And lo and behold, the one and only Paige DeSorbo is entering the villa. I repeat, Paige DeSorbo has entered the villa. When I tell you my jaw dropped, like literally my two favorite things probably in the entire world, aside from my own family, are actually coming together. Like I'm shaking, I am physically shaking. Now, is Paige going to be dating on Love Island USA? No. Has she entered as a bombshell? Also no. She is actually just there to host a challenge on tonight's episode, but regardless, I am so excited for it. If you know Paige, you know she is a huge Love Island fan. She talks about it all the time on Giggly Squad. A few months back, Ariana was also asked on a red carpet who she would love to make an appearance on Love Island, and her answer was actually Paige. So it looks like she made that happen. I am so excited to see this. But I really hope we're getting more of Paige than just seeing her host this challenge. I really want to see her and Ariana host something together. And I would also love for Paige to stay in Fiji and make an appearance on Aftersun because I need her thoughts on the drama going down on this season. Now, I'm going to be sharing all of my thoughts on the drama going down on this season at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that. But before we dive into Love Island, there is a lot of Bravo news that we need to discuss first. Let's start with another piece of news that I was really excited to hear this week, seeing as there has been some rumors going around the past few months about Andy Cohen's future on Bravo. I feel like we actually hear rumors about this a lot, whether Andy will actually be around on Bravo for much longer. Of course, we know that Bravo and Andy himself have been subject to various lawsuits over the past few years. People also watch What Happens Live and the reunions and kind of say that they feel like Andy really isn't feeling it anymore. He doesn't want to be there. But honestly, I feel like it's just haters being haters because Andy absolutely loves his job, and this announcement is proof of that. Variety reported this week that Andy Cohen sets 3-year extension with NBCU, Watch What Happens Live renewed for 2 years. Mazel Bravosphere. As part of a new pact with NBC Universal, Andy Cohen's overall deal with the company has been extended for 3 years, and his nightly talk show on Bravo, Watch What Happens Live, has been renewed for 2 more years. After more than 20 years with Bravo, I'm full of intense gratitude that I get to continue living out my dream here, Cohen said in the announcement. I'm excited to keep growing our success across NBC Universal's incredible portfolio, and most of all, thankful that I, along with my team, get to keep doing what we love most. He then shared the announcement to his own Instagram with the caption that says, Bravo announced today the pickup of Watch What Happens Live through 2027 and a continuation of my role as reunion host and as executive producer of The Real Housewives. To say I'm thrilled to continue doing what I love more than 20 years after starting at the network is an understatement. Thank you for hanging with me. I am so excited to hear this news that Andy Cohen is not going anywhere. Nice try, haters. I mean, I don't like when people come after Andy for what he's doing. Is he allowed to have a bad day? Is he allowed to have opinions? Yes, of course. But people that keep saying that Andy doesn't love the housewives, doesn't love what he does, is not personally invested in these people's lives, they obviously don't see what I see. What I see is somebody who is extremely passionate about what he does. And not only that, he's great at it. I honestly don't know who else would be able to fill Andy's shoes. Now, has there been a little bit of drama between him, the network, and some former housewives who shall not be named? Yes, of course. There's definitely been some times where I have been worried about his future with the network. However, it definitely seems like they are moving past that. I don't think that any of the implications or allegations against him are even true. And I am so excited that we are getting at least 3 more years of Andy. Okay, moving on. There was some more big network news, and although it doesn't have to do exclusively with Bravo, it's definitely in the NBCU universe, and that is Peacock's The Traitors Season 4 cast reveal. That dropped this week, and when I tell you, I am even more excited about this upcoming season than I was the last, I mean it. So it actually all started with some of these rumors going around. A lot of people were hinting at who was going to be coming on for this next season of The Traitors. And the big rumor kind of started out when people were saying Lisa Rinna would be joining the cast. Now, I know how you guys feel about Lisa Rinna. I know that you guys don't really like her. I think a couple weeks ago, I even mentioned the possibility of her returning to Beverly Hills. I got eaten up in the comments for that. My apologies. However, I am going to stand firmly in my belief that Lisa Rinna makes great TV, and I think she will be amazing on The Traitors. I was so excited to hear this news, and then when the cast was confirmed, it was confirmed that Lisa Rinna will in fact be joining Traitors Season 4. Maybe it's an unpopular opinion, but I think she is going to own that roundtable. And those faithfuls better not be voting her out anytime soon. She better make it to the end because let's be real, she's going to bring the drama, bring the one-liners. I mean, it's going to be iconic, guys. There are also so many other great cast members joining the show. Let's break down the full list. So, Traitors dropped the full cast reveal. First up is, of course, Lisa Rinna. Next is Donna Kelsey, Travis Kelsey's mother, who I am so here for. We've got Tiffany Mitchell from Big Brother, Stephen Colletti from Laguna Beach, iconic, Tara Lipinski, an ice skater, Johnny Weir, another ice skater, Robert Roche from Love Island. Here for it. Kristen Kish from Top Chef, Michael Rappaport, Portia Williams from Atlanta. She is absolutely going to kill it. Rob Sesternino from Survivor, Ron Funch, an actor, Mara Higgins from Love Island, Candace Dillard Bassett from Potomac, love it, Yam Yam from Survivor, Eric Nam, a singer, Monet and Change from RuPaul's Drag Race, Natalie Anderson from Survivor, Mark Ballas from Dancing with the Stars, Colton Underwood from The Bachelor, Caroline Stanberry. So glad to have her back on our TVs. Ian Terry from Big Brother, and Dorinda Medley is making her triumphant return. Again, this may be an unpopular opinion, but this is what this show is all about. I was so upset when Dorinda Medley was voted out at that first roundtable. We were robbed of all of the drama and one-liners that Dorinda was going to give us during this show. And the fact that they are bringing her back and giving her a second chance, there better be some sort of rule in the game that she cannot be voted out first again. I think she would make a great traitor, but if they were to make her a traitor, I think it would be too obvious seeing as she was voted out last season. So I really hope Peacock has some sort of strategy to keep her and Lisa Rinna around. There better not be an attack on all of the housewives again this season. I want Portia and Candace and Caroline to stick around as well. I mean, the reads that we are going to get at that roundtable. Gosh, I am so excited. If you guys don't watch Traitors, make sure to catch up on season 2 and season 3 before season 4 comes out, probably closer to the holidays. They are filming right now, so get ready, guys. Okay, now let's jump over to some Bravo couples news that I really want to get your guys' thoughts on. There is a new crossover couple rumor that's floating around. It's been floating around for quite a few weeks now, ever since the NBCU upfronts. But we got some updates this week that kind of makes me think that this rumor actually might have legs. So, allegedly, there might be something going on with Summer House's Carl Radke and Southern Charm's Vanita Aspen. The rumor started floating around when this picture was posted from the NBCU upfronts when they were both in New York for the event. Now, I get it. Just because they posted this picture or this picture was posted on somebody's account does not really mean anything. But can we just talk about the body language here? I mean, he has his arm around her, she has her hand on his leg. Of course, this could just be casual, nothing could be going on. However, some recent social media activity does make me think a little bit differently. So, Carl posted this photo to Instagram a couple days ago. I guess he is training for the New York City Marathon. And Vanita commented a heart eye emoji. Again, you're probably going to be saying this doesn't mean anything. However, just a few hours after she posted that emoji, she posts this Instagram story that reads, "When you find someone who makes you feel the same way music does, that's when you found someone special." Okay, so let's just put two and two together here. That Instagram story definitely makes it seem like she is dating somebody who she likes. Would she be leaving a heart eye emoji on another man's Instagram post if she was dating somebody else? I feel like that wouldn't really be appropriate. Again, maybe I'm reading too much into it, but I kind of think this might actually mean something. And honestly, I ship. Let me know what you guys think, but let's be real. Carl needs somebody that's soft. He can't handle somebody that has like an alpha personality like Lindsay did. They just clashed. That didn't work. I think Vanita might actually be exactly what he needs. She definitely seems to have a little bit more of a chill personality. Did I like the way she moved with JT on last season of Southern Charm? Definitely not, but I can see these two actually getting along. I don't know. Am I crazy? Do you guys ship this couple? Let me know in the comments. Another Southern Charm couple update. Let's talk about Craig and Natalie Buffett because last week, pretty much right after my video went live, it was dropped on Dumois that Craig and Natalie had actually broken up. This all stemmed from an Instagram story in which she replied to a Q&A that asked, "Are you dating?" She said, "If you're new here, you should know that I never have and never will comment on any current or past relationship. I'm not dating anyone specific and just really enjoying the season I'm in right now with my family and friends and traveling the world. Hope this helps XOXO." So people were quick to jump to the conclusion that this makes it seem like Craig and Natalie were no longer together. However, the more that I'm reading, the more it kind of seems like maybe they were never really together in the first place. I'm seeing a lot of articles come out that some insider that has insights into their relationship is actually saying they were never exclusive to begin with. Basically, they were just kind of casually dating. It appears that Natalie actually doesn't want to be tied down in a relationship at this point, but Craig actually kind of does. Therefore, they weren't really on the same page, and whether they're still talking is actually questionable. I don't know though. I mean, her being in the audience of Watch What Happens Live, I don't know. That kind of seems like something serious, something that you don't just bring somebody you're casually dating to. They also traveled quite a bit together. I think they went on several vacations together. So I don't know. If I had to guess based on that Q&A, I don't think that they are together anymore. And I do think that it has to do with the fact that maybe Craig thought it was a little more serious or would progress faster than Natalie actually wanted it to. Okay, moving on to some other exciting couples news of the week. Kristen and Luke had their baby. Congratulations to Kristen and Luke from the Valley. She posted the announcement to Instagram the other day with the caption, "Kaya Lily Broderick. We've never known a love like this until you." She also shared an Instagram story with her and Luke and the baby Sunday morning weight check. So it appears all is well. I am so happy for Kristen and Luke. It definitely seems like Kristen has finally found her happy ending. I have to admit, I wasn't sure how to feel about Luke when we first met him on season 1 of The Valley. I was definitely getting weird vibes from this guy, but the more that we've gotten to know him this season, the more I actually love him. I mean, is Luke actually the number one guy in the group? It seems like he might be. It actually seems like Kristen finally caught a good one. I am so happy that they are starting a family together. And I'm actually really looking forward to seeing Kristen be a mom on this next season of The Valley. It's something that she's wanted for such a long time. We watched her struggle on this past season, so I am so excited that it's finally happening. I guess next up is the wedding. So I think that season 3 of The Valley is going to be huge for Kristen Doute, and I'm living for it. Okay, let's finish out this week's episode with a little bit of a TV recap. We're going to be talking about the Real Housewives of Miami premiere and Love Island USA. Let's jump into Miami because when I say this premiere was 10 out of 10, I mean it. Guys, if you don't watch Miami or you haven't caught the premiere, make sure to go tune in on Peacock right now because it is firing on all cylinders. These women know how to bring the drama. I mean, between Alexia's divorce or lack thereof, we've got Gertie and Julia's drama over a Zoom call. And then we have Larsa and Lisa fighting over Marcus Jordan. I mean, this is so good. You literally can't make this shit up. And the ladies are also coming in hot on social media because the drama is starting straight out of the gate, and the ladies are setting the record straight on a few of the things that happened during the premiere. Let's start with the Gertie and Julia drama because honestly, I think that this is such a stupid, petty fight. And as if I wasn't already on Gertie's side, Gertie dropped receipts regarding the Zoom call drama. She posted their text exchange that reads, "Hi, are you sending a new link? Never worked when I tried it 3 times." Julia responds, "Hi, sorry, my friend. I don't know what went wrong. We only had one link that everybody stayed on. Sorry you couldn't get in. I had something amazing to tell you guys at the same time. Now it's out and has been publicly announced. Talk to you soon. Hope you're feeling better after your surgery and will recover fast." Gertie replies, "Oh, okay, so I guess I'll look online for this announcement? Okay." Julia replies, "You will understand when you read. My hands are literally full right now, so I am dictating this message, but we'll talk to you soon." We then get a follow-up later that day in which Gertie says congrats, and Julia says, "Thank you, hope you are feeling better." Gertie captions this story that says, "Mind you, she never told me the news by text or by phone, so she literally made me fetch the information, and after Googling it, I still said congrats." So you mean to tell me this is all because Gertie dropped off of the Zoom call by accident, and you would not only not let her back into the call, but also not tell her the news that you told everybody else, and you're mad at her because of this? This is absolutely ridiculous. I am Team Gertie 100%. Look, Julia, I understand you've got your hands full. You just adopted 2 young boys. Congratulations for that. But this is no reason to be mad at Gertie. I feel like Julia is stretching this storyline, and I really hope that this doesn't cause a lot more drama to come. Let's jump over to Jody's birthday party that Lisa threw because not only were her and Larsa going at it, which I absolutely lived for. I love a good Larsa drama storyline. But viewers were quick to catch some kind of like side scenes that were thrown into this party that made people question what was really going on. So I don't know if you guys caught this, but they kept cutting over to Jody and his group of friends asking where the AC was. They were like, "Oh, where's the AC? Oh, the AC's in my bedroom. Oh, let's go where the AC is. Oh, come on, let's go do some shots with the AC." And everybody's like, "What's with the AC? Is that actually code for something else, aka pasta, maybe?" Well, apparently it is not about the pasta because Lisa and Jody are actually responding to those rumors. They went pretty viral on social media, if you guys saw, basically alleging that Jody and his friends were doing drugs during the filming of that party. Lisa came out and nipped it in the bud with a comment that says, "I can't believe I have to address such ridiculous rumors, but last night's Real Housewives of Miami episode was a gross misrepresentation of what actually happened and manipulated editing. Jody and our non-cast friends were hanging out in our primary suite and lounge area, which we use as a common space with friends and family. They were not crowded in some solitary bathroom. Our friends did not want to be filmed, so they sought out privacy in our hangout spot. Any implication beyond that reality is completely false and upsetting. And for the record, AC equals air conditioning, something essential in Miami." Jody also commented and said, "Sigh. I live in Miami and I'm a grown man. If I were doing that, who cares? It's probably a safe assumption for 50% of Miami. It just happens that I'm a fitness fanatic that barely even drinks. The reality is simpler. I don't like being on camera, but I'm dating a reality star. I love her, and that's my life. I find it awkward and weird, but I'm making the best of it. Most of my friends don't like to be on camera either, but they came to support me on my birthday, not to be on a TV show. And I love them for that. You will also notice that they are barely in the background after they enter. Most immediately go in with all our friends, my other living room that's in my master suite, and stay there. It's not some little bathroom, it's a whole other birthday. And none of us want to hang around in the 95-degree living room with wide open doors when there's a whole other birthday in my master suite with working AC. Production already said the scene wasn't meant to imply that, and that it was just added to explain why I wasn't in the room during the argument. Spoiler, I'm barely ever in any group scenes because this isn't my thing. I'm there to support Lisa, not get pulled into chaos. I'm not a cast member and I have a daughter, so I think the drama should be centered around those that want to be there. Okay, this is really interesting because not only are Lisa and Jody kind of defending themselves from the fan accusations, they're also coming after production. It kind of seems like they think that production edited this in a way that implied that this is what was going on. It definitely seems like they reached out to production and production had to explain why they did this the way they did. I don't know, with so many viewers jumping to that accusation, I kind of think that maybe there was something to this editing, something to making us seem like something else was going on. I do believe Lisa and Jody, although Jody didn't quite come out and say that this wasn't what was happening, I do believe that if you were going to do it, you wouldn't be stupid enough to do it during a filmed party. But regardless, Miami is bringing the drama, and I am here for it, and I can't wait to see what else this season brings. Finally, I just want to share some quick thoughts on Love Island USA. I gotta say, season 7 is delivering. I don't care if you still say that season 6 was the best. Season 7, I'm hooked. I am literally hooked. Every night at 6 p.m., I am at the TV ready to turn it on. As I mentioned, Paige DeSorbo will be making an appearance on tonight's episode. But can we just talk about Ariana Madix for a second? Specifically, that leather and lace party. I mean, Love Island teased her making her entrance during that party. We all thought it was a bombshell because it was this hot brunette coming out in red latex, but lo and behold, it was Ariana Madix in a wig. And when I tell you, the internet went wild. I mean, she looks absolutely amazing. Imagine being Tom Sandoval knowing that you fumbled that bag. I mean, God, that guy can't catch a break. But with that leather and lace party, we also got 3 new bombshells entering the villa. And let's just say that the bombs are bombing because they are coming in and they are here to rip some couples apart. America actually got to vote. And while I know this episode will be coming out after we find out about the vote, here are my predictions. We've got Iris coming in as the new female bombshell. And it looks like America is over Huda and Jeremiah because from what I've seen, most people are voting for Jeremiah to actually couple up with Iris. The way I am going to be living for the dismantling of that couple. That couple is toxic to say the least. And what nipped it in the bud for me was Huda in bed in the middle of the night asking Jeremiah if he would share his location with her. Excuse me? What? Are you kidding me? You've known this guy for 10 days. And yes, I know she was not talking about in that moment, but in the real world, if they were to be boyfriend and girlfriend, would he be willing to share his location? He said no, rightfully so. They've known each other for 10 days. She gets mad and rolls over. Then the next morning has the audacity to call him out about the pancakes being undercooked and him not serving her protein during breakfast. I mean, girl, you are scaring this man away. Now, I'm not saying Jeremiah is a saint. I think he's made some mistakes along the way as well. However, I just think that they are too toxic to end up together. And I think America feels the same. I'm pretty sure that Iris and Jeremiah will end up being in a couple, and Huda is going to have a breakdown. Now, as far as the other 2 guys, I definitely think Olandria and Jalen are going to end up as a couple, as well as Pepe and Hannah. Taylor really has given Olandria absolutely nothing. I think, though, they might keep Huda around if production has a say, just to keep the drama going and to have her in the villa witnessing Jeremiah and Iris's relationship blossom. These are my predictions. Again, I know by the time this video comes out, we will already know the answers to this, but I kind of hope I'm right. Drop your predictions below and let me know what you think in the comments. So that's it for this week's episode. Again, a lot of unpopular opinions. Do you agree? Do you not? I always love to hear your guys' take, so make sure you drop your opinions in the comments below. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any more Bravo breaking news, and we will be back later this week for another Valley recap with our co-host Lisa. We'll see you then.